So, physical defect it's a logical implementation. So, let us say out is open, then it will appear as though output is stuck at 0. Okay. Stuck at 0, that means it appears to be not able to change to logic 1. Out is connected to VDD, then output is stuck at 1. So, in a CMOS circuit, let us take a slightly bigger circuit. Label these as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So, you can see that a lot of defects can occur here, a lot of defects are possible. So, if you enumerate the defects, it could be you have to go and look at the actual layout of this circuit, okay, and maybe the output of this is disconnected, right. So, it may be open, this could be open, or this could be shorted to this could be shorted to this. So, so many things could occur. Unfortunately, we cannot really go and look at all the defects, okay. It is difficult to talk about defect, it is difficult to model defects. Although defects are the real things that actually happen, okay. See, today we have what are called as simulators, okay. To the simulator, we can give a transistor level circuit of this circuit, okay. We can convert this into a transistor level circuit. And we can ask a simulator what would happen if this is open, what would happen if this is incorrect, this is not connected. So, you can create defects like certain lines are open, these two are short circuited. The simulator will tell you what is the output, okay. So, this is, simulators are available for this. To model defects in transistors. So, example is open wires, open transistors, shorted wires, etc. Okay. These are simulators like SPICE. An example of such a simulator is SPICE. So, we can do a SPICE simulation of this circuit and understand if such a defect is present, then how will the output get affected, okay. But that is very difficult, right. The SPICE simulations will take a lot of time, right, and we really do not want to get to that level of detail, okay. So, therefore, we prefer to speak of faults, okay. We can speak about faults and we can create what are called as fault models. Okay. So, one popular fault model is called as a stuck-at fault model. So, if you go back to this circuit here, the stuck-at fault model says the list of faults could be A stuck at 0, A stuck at 1, B stuck at 0, B stuck at 1, C stuck at 0, C stuck at 1. Then we can look at these branches, these are fan out branches. So, C1 0, C1 1, C2 0, C2 1, D0, D1, E0, E1, F0, F1. So, this is what is meant by the fault model. As a matter of fact, this model is called as a single stuck-at fault model. The reason is it assumes that only one fault is present, namely A is stuck at 0 or B is stuck at 0 or C is stuck at 1. Okay. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, 16 single stuck at faults. You might ask me, hey, what can happen is both A is stuck at 0 and C is stuck at 0. It could also happen that D is stuck at 0, E is stuck at 0 and F is stuck at 1. So, these are, yes, this can occur. These are called multiple stuck at faults. But we will not consider multiple stuck at faults. We assume that if you test for single stuck at fault, it also covers most multiple stuck at faults. Okay. So, industry, the semiconductor industry has adopted the single stuck at fault model because it is simple. Nobody is saying that multiple stuck at faults cannot occur. Okay. But the test vectors or the testing that you do for single stuck at faults in all likelihood cover all the multiple stuck at faults. Okay. So, we do not anymore look at multiple stuck at faults. See, if you are willing to consider multiple stuck at faults, how many multiple stuck at faults can be there? You will realize, suppose there are n nodes. What I mean by nodes is this A, C, B, C1, C2, etc. In this case, n is the number of nodes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, if you have n nodes, each node can be stuck at 0 or stuck at 1 or good. That means it is not stuck at 0 or stuck at 1. So, there are 3 possibilities for each node. So, if you have n nodes, there can be 3 times 3 times n times. So, that is 3 to the power n possibilities. Okay. The case where all are good, see if all nodes are good, that means no fault. So, no fault is there, no node is stuck at 0 or stuck at 1. So, you can see that 3 power n minus 1 faulty situations can be there and 1 good circuit. You understood? What I am trying to say is, if I take this circuit n is equal to 8, there is one case where no fault is there, it is a good circuit, but there are 3 to the power 8 minus 1 situations where a fault could occur. In addition to these single stuck at faults, I could have A and C stuck at 0, A, C and B stuck at 0, A, C and D stuck at 0, etc., etc., etc. You can see this is a very large number, 3 power n is an exponential number. In modern day integrated circuits, n is of the order of millions. So, 3 to the power million, there is no way we can consider multiple stuck at faults. So, this is not required. Okay. So, we do not do this. Okay. So, let me show that. So, we do not practice multiple stuck at faults. It does not mean that such faults cannot occur, they can occur. But if you have tested for single stuck at faults, there is a very good chance that multiple stuck at fault has also been eliminated. Okay. So, we only consider these single stuck at faults, we do not consider this. How many single stuck at faults are there? As you can see, there are n nodes, each of them can be either stuck at 0 or stuck at 1. So, 2n. Okay. So, we wrote 2n here, right, A0, A1, B0, B1. So, there must be 16 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, there are 8 nodes, each of them can be stuck at 0 or stuck at 1. So, that is what we mean by, so this is a linear number. So, as n increases, this will increase linearly, whereas 3 power n will increase exponentially. So, there is no way we can deal with exponential. So, we go with this guy. Even this is very big. See, if n is of the order of millions, then 2n is not such a small number, it is a very large number. Okay. But it is at least better than having to deal with 3 power n. Okay. So, that is what you have to remember.